Hi, this is Aaron Wilson from KPRC2 Sports. I'm at AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys, where the Texans took over the place, and so did their fans. Very disruptive, very loud, and the Texans, 34-10, a decisive victory. They snapped their two-game losing streak. And in doing so, Joe Mixon runs for 3 touchdowns, the hat trick for one of the most physical, violent, and elusive runners in the National Football League. Great balance on contact. I thought it was an outstanding performance by Joe. 109 rushing yards, has over 150 yards from scrimmage, and Joe is having a Pro Bowl caliber season. And you look at what the offensive line did. They had a serious internal talk about taking back what's theirs, showing a lot of pride and just a better performance. They only allowed 1 sack, and they opened some big holes for Joe Mixon to run through, and CJ Stroud was only hit once. Micah Parsons, no sacks, no hits, had a few pressures, but overall his impact muted. You look at the return of Nico Collins and how dangerous he is downfield. Evidence of his health, his speed, all back on that 77-yard screen play for a touchdown was called back. Laremy Tunsil and the Texans disagree with the call, but it's over and they still come back and score. And that showed to me a lot of poise to not let that derail them. They were better as far as penalties. There were some bad calls against them, I thought, including Jalen Petre's legal hard hit, and that drew a flag. I do not expect him to be fined. I think the league office will agree with the fact that it shouldn't have been a call, but he caught him with the shoulder, hit him in the shoulder. That said, he is a hard-hitting presence. The play that turned the game, I thought, that just grabbed control, grabbed the momentum for good. Derek Barnett strip sack on Cooper Rush, loose football. And then you see one of their offensive tackles, Guyton, pick it up. And he's running with the ball, and he gets absolutely destroyed by Jalen Petre, the Texans nickel, hard-hitting guy out of Baylor. He brings it. And then Derek Barnett picks the football up on the hop and runs it in for the touchdown, a scoop and score. I thought it was unprecedented, but according to Live Sports Bureau and many, this is something that's happened in terms of the 2 fumbles on one play and then the touchdown, including Jaguars Colts in 2023. That said, the Texans, very determined to prove they're no one's little bro, as they were called by DeMarvion, overshadowing the Texans, obviously the Cowboys linebacker from the University of Texas. You look at the performance, the way they took over the stadium, and overall, statewide bragging rights, that belongs to the Texans. Best team in the state of Texas in terms of the NFL. You look at what's next for the Texans. Second half, they did improve. They scored their first second half touchdown, a Joe Mixon run, since Dameon Pierce back on October 13th. So the offense finally gets off the schneid. They had 19 possessions in a row at one point with no touchdowns heading into this contest. And now the Texans can try to start a new streak and score again in the second half. The defense took care of the first touchdown to break the drought, and then the offense finally, they get in the end zone as well. You look at where they stand now, 7-4. They broke the 2-game losing streak. They entered this game having lost 3 of 4, and now they've righted and course-corrected their season. They have a winnable football game against the Tennessee Titans, and then followed by the Jacksonville Jaguars. They could be 9-4 after the month of November, heading into a bye week. They're going to get Will Anderson Jr. back. They're going to get Kamari Lassiter back next week from a concussion. They held him out, and Kadar Holman started. Since I'm talking about the secondary, Derek Stingley Jr., great job on CeeDee Lamb. Just showed the kind of cover specialist he is. He had an interception, but he really shut down CeeDee. They had to move CeeDee away from Derek Stingley Jr. for him to get his yards. Those stats are deceptive. When he was in single coverage against Derek Stingley Jr., he was pretty much shut down. So you look at another outstanding performance by Stingley in what's been a Pro Bowl caliber season. I look at where the Texans are with the pass rush they got in the second half from Danielle Hunter, from Derek Barnett, from Tim Settle, all of those guys contributing and getting to the quarterback. And I thought overall they took control, just like Joe Mixon did in the second half. And the Texans take care of business, win this football game, and are now really in a good position to play some meaningful football in December and January. Reporting for KPRC2 Sports, I'm Aaron Wilson signing off from AT&T Stadium. Until next time.